Young world, LOD 321, LOD versus the internet. This is the biggest secret ever kept in America, and this is when people say that black people's history has been erased, they don't even really realize what they're really saying. What they're really saying, which they may not even know themselves, is that black people are the true natives to the North American continent, the United States. You ever notice that black people are the only people in America that if you ask them where they're from, where their family's from, they can only give you an answer of somewhere in America. They'll say Louisiana, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Mississippi. Anybody else in America can say their family is from a specific country. Even black people that believe that black people in America are from Africa still can't give you a real place in Africa where their family's from. They just say Africa if they want to say that, but they have no knowledge really of where at in Africa. But so when you hear somebody say something like that, it sounds like they have no clue where they're really from. But the way the universe and life is set up, the ironic thing about it is that when they say they're from Kentucky or Georgia or Florida, and the ignorant form of the answer, they're really telling the truth. That's where they're really from. It may have been called something different before it was colonized and became what it is now, but that's actually where the person is actually from. Slavery and all this stuff is a hoax. I'm not saying slavery didn't happen, but slavery and the way that they're saying that it happened definitely didn't happen. If anything, black people were taken from America and taken to Africa, shipped out to Africa. It was told in reverse. That's why nobody knows exactly where they're from or where they're coming from or what the hell is really going on, because the true identity of black people in America has been kept from them. If they make you believe that this land is not really yours to really protect or defend or to fight for, it keeps a gap in between your actual belief and what you actually will do to preserve your history and your nature. So that's the biggest lie that's ever been told in America up to this point. Eventually it's coming out little by little. Like I said, I'm not saying that black people weren't slaves, and I'm not saying that it didn't happen. It just didn't happen how they're saying it happened. Black people are different than African people. Everybody does come from Africa. Africa is where humanity was started. That's where the first human being was found. Everybody's roots can be traced back to Africa. I'm not saying that that's false, but what I am saying is that black people in America were already in America when Christopher Columbus and them came to America, along with Native Americans, which are really Mexicans and people of that nature, were on the other side of America. That's why half of America really is Mexico. It used to be Mexico. But these are the things that people are slowly starting to find out as time is going on. That's why there's so much going on now with Donald Trump and all this misinformation, fake news coming out, because they realize people are starting to figure this stuff out, so they have to keep bombarding you with more stuff just to throw you off balance mentally. They just want you thinking about what's going on at the moment, the division, the racism, all this crazy stuff, because they don't want nobody really figuring out what's really going on, what really happened in the past. You know what I mean? But just imagine that slave ships didn't bring Africans to America. They took black people that were in America to Africa, killed some, got rid of some, enslaved some, and built on top of that, which leads into the NFL and all this other stuff going on with professional sports. And it goes down a long line, a long history of stuff that built on top of each other, which put us where we are today.